Hey guys, it's Ted Bogard with the Ted Show. Happy Friday, TGIF. Seems like this week should have been shorter, but wow, it felt like it was a lot longer. I am here with Who's Your Mommy? Who's Your Mommy, Lori? I love this whole topic. Lori is a former guest and alumnus of the TED Show. She's a title guru. She's a mommy and a wife and all sorts of things, entrepreneur. And so we're here today to talk about Who's Your Mommy? Real estate mommy moguls. And Rebecca
Yeah.
Soto says, "Hey everybody, two superstars. We love you, Rebecca." All right, what's
Love
up, Lori?
Rebecca.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited to talk about this. This is new. This is a new project for you.
It is. It is. And I have to admit, Ted, you really are a motivator in me actually wanting to do this. I don't think you even knew that. So, I saw all the wonderful things that you do with the TED Show, and you're such a strong community leader. And, I thought, wow, if I could do something similar, but really keep it focused on mommies in the real estate field or the real estate realm, I thought that would be really cool. So, I've kind of like put you on this pedestal, and I look to you for advice. So I'm so excited to, again, be a guest on your show and talk about what Who's Your Mommy is doing and where we're going and what the future holds.
I'm excited. That's Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie. Before we dive into that, because I love this concept, I want to know more about it. I have some ideas and some questions for you for sure. Tell them just a little bit about you professionally. What do you do and your background?
So professionally, I work for Fidelity National Title. I'm a business development executive for them. And then as well as working for Fidelity, they are a sponsor of my Facebook Live show and group and all these things that it's become called Who's Your Mommy? Real Estate Mommy Moguls. So I, of course, am a mommy as well, which I think in and of itself, if you're a mommy, you're a mogul. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you make. I mean, mommies can do it all. They really are. Daddies too.
Well, I love I love the concept, Lori, because I know it's sort of a play on Who's Your Daddy, that everybody says that. So, but I love Who's Your Mommy, because I think a lot of times moms especially, even though we're way past traditional roles and all of that and the quote unquote good old days, moms have, to me, the most pressure on them. They still are caregivers by nature. They have babies, they have kids. And so you've got to balance all of that. And it is a giant task to do all that and be all things to so many people. So I'm curious, why'd you bring up mogul again? Because you think all moms are moguls?
I just think that, the word mogul, to me, when you relate it to a mommy and you think, okay, mogul, this person must be, of exorbitant amount of wealth, that kind of rings a bell. But to me, I think that as a mom, whether it doesn't matter like dollar wise, you can be a mogul without that. Like you're a mogul because of everything that you do. You're rich in other ways, even if you are not a baller living in $100 million home or $1 million home or whatever. You're a mommy mogul because you provide and you have so much that you own already in terms of a family and the things that you're able to provide them. I think that's a different type of mogul.
So I also would imagine that when people are joining the group, it's a group, right? There's a Facebook group page, which I tagged in the post, and I'll retag it again after the show. That it's also going to be, or you're creating a space for people to, for women, for mommies to vent, to discuss, to trade ideas, to collaborate. I talk about some of the things that you have planned, because I know you and you're an ideas person and you're an implementer, which is amazing. I am not the implementer. I like to have the ideas and I need somebody to help me implement. But you're great at implementing. So tell us what mommies can expect, or what some of your ideas are.
So, the Facebook Live show is still relatively new. It's been, on for a few months, but the primary focus, at least as of, recently, has been just talking about how we as moms are dealing with kids and COVID and homeschooling and the real estate market and selling homes, buying homes, cooking dinner, homeschooling. And so that's really been, and then also maintaining like your sanity. I mean, some of the things that we really talk about when I have a guest on the show, it's not necessarily real estate focused. We talk about the market, but it's more like focused on, it's a mommy empowerment type of conversation. It's a conversation about how are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to not only support your family, but yourself? I mean, are you going into the closet and screaming for 5 minutes, or are you escaping and going on a walk? Or now are you venturing out and getting that pedicure, or are you getting that momminess that you need to to maintain your sanity? So that's really what we've talked about. And I've interviewed everyone from real estate attorneys to lenders to obviously real estate agents, brokers. Rebecca Soto, she was just on the show on Tuesday, so that's why I said hello earlier, which she said hi. So that's really, what we've been focusing on. And as the show has continued to evolve, when I have someone on the show, I honestly, it's unscripted. It is completely 100% organic. I give them a gist and I say, hey, listen, this is a conversation. Well, it's just moms, professional moms being real and what is going on, like how are you managing, and that's what it's been about, and it's been a lot of fun, and I've gotten some really great feedback, so I'm really excited to watch it grow.
I would imagine that during COVID, it made it more like you added more because you're dealing with homeschooling if you have a child that's of school age, and you're dealing with daycare being open, not open, and yet you're working at home. And what do you do? And how do you balance working from home as an essential worker, working from home, and then that adds to it because you're never leaving the one place. You have no escape except maybe that closet you were talking about.
Right.
But I would imagine that I've heard it. I had Linda Guzman and Lulu Rivera Freeman on, and Linda was talking about the frustrations with the teaching part too, because that has to get done during the day if you have a child of in school, and yet you're trying to work at home during the day, and of course they want to ask mommy a million questions. It's just the balance, I think. One of the things that I love about this is that the empowerment part, because a lot of women's groups in general, if you have just a women's group that is not doesn't separate out mommies and non-mommies, I think that separating out the mommies is really important because there's an added layer or multiple added layers when you bring a child into the whole empowerment scene.
Yes, absolutely. It's a whole nother level of, I mean, there's words can't describe it. That's why, when I do the show, I make it so mommy focused because you want to be relatable to what it's like to, juggle a successful real estate career with being a mom. And it's so funny you mentioned Linda Guzman as well, and she was also a guest on Who's Your Mommy? And so we've had a lot of great real estate women leaders on the show, and I'm always looking for volunteers and looking for people to be on the show and just chat, and right now the next step for Who's Your Mommy actually is something that I just started, which was everyone who's been a guest, we're going to be doing a little luncheon, super casual, but we're going to actually meet at the Citrus Club, so I know you're very familiar with that, Ted.
I am.
And just have a little luncheon together and see how it grows. But I think it's really a great opportunity for moms to lean on moms and support each other so that they don't feel like they're alone in this craziness that we're all dealing with. But we are coming out of COVID. So that's also been a focus of recently as well, is not so much dealing with being a mom during COVID, but now coming out of COVID. So what's next? What's next for you? How are you going to adapt into, how are you going to take what you learned and as a mom in COVID and apply it to life post COVID?
Because it is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. I think that people are trying to figure out, they're trying to maneuver through. So moms too, now summer is here. So it's not like you're going to get any relief on that end. You just don't have the homework that you're dealing with.
Right.
But summer's here, and then you think, okay, there's going to be all these cool summer activities, but because of COVID and the restrictions, there's still limitations. Like summer camps are difficult to find that are active, and summer activities that you normally would have had your kids involved in, they're either limited or non-existent right now. And so there's a whole bunch of creativity that has to go on because your child's home all day, and now they don't have homework. Now there's no school. So now they're really going to be looking to you, I believe, mommy especially, to entertain or to figure it out. And so I think there's a lot of new challenges coming. But I think you're resilient. Moms are resilient and creative and can think outside the box. They're definitely the more creative of the man and woman in the relationship. They definitely can think things through a lot better, I feel like, and they can balance a lot better. So what do you do? What does Lori do to balance? Because you mentioned it earlier. What are you doing to take care of you?
Well, let me just tell you, there's been a whole, normally it's kind of spread out through the months. And now once things started opening up, the hair, the nails, the toes, it was just like mad dash for the salon. I mean, we hit the hair, we hit the nails, we did the toes, we did it all. I said, normally I stagger it a little bit. I came home, my husband's like, where have you been? I went for some mommy time. I was a much needed mommy time. So that definitely helped. It helped me, feel whole again. I think that a lot of women, just and it's not the same for everyone, but I know for me personally, it helps me feel whole, to be complete and to feel like a woman, put my makeup on, get dressed, be nicely manicured. I feel better about how my day is going to be when I'm put together.
I think that's important. I think there's something about the physical appearance and going out, but you're also self-care. You're taking care of yourself. It's something you enjoy doing. Well, my wife says she doesn't enjoy a manicure like she enjoys a pedicure. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I like them both. Very relaxing. But I think that it's important for you to find what your balance is. And I want to ask you, where everybody's got that one cog in the wheel that is always that thorn in the side. So mommies have to balance so much. What's that one thing that you're always like, gosh, I just need to pick up the pace on that? Or that's my one thing that I'm not balancing as well as I want to be. Because I think women in general beat themselves up because they're not 100% perfect at every aspect of business, family, wife, mommy, daughter, sister, whatever the role is.
Well, I think that we get pulled in so many different directions. And this is something I know my fellow mommies and you can relate to. It's like you're just constantly on the go. Like when you go to sleep at night, like I mean, you don't just go to sleep. I go to sleep with a list in my head. And I've got like, it's a mental list, and I'm sitting here like checking it off mentally, which is just, I think where, I could definitely really improve upon is learning how to turn things off. I think that would help me be more productive during the day and in everything that I do as a mother, as a wife, as a title professional. I think that learning that, okay, you know what? It's okay. Put the phones down, quit texting, quit responding to emails. It's now 7 o'clock at night. Go to sleep or just wind down. I'm really, really bad about that. And that is something that I think I don't even know. I mean, I'm not, I haven't, I know it, I recognize it, and I don't know how to stop it.
Well, that's a first step. You recognize the problem and you know you need to work on it.
Yes, that's true.
I think we all feel that way. I feel like we've had a nice reset kind of couple of months with COVID and quarantine. Uh, and so we've kind of gotten a little bit better about it, but I have the same problem. It's difficult at night to turn it off. I haven't figured out exactly how to wind down yet. I don't know when that's going to come because I'm getting up there in age, and I'm not sure if you're ever going to be able to teach the old dog new
Now, I
tricks.
do know how to whine down.
I do know how to whine
down.
I absolutely know how to whine.
I know you know how to wind down.
But like, I can't shut it off either, and I think that's but I can tell you that COVID has forced me to be a little bit less active after hours. I'm also not going to the events because remember, we would go to all these events and then we would have work to do after the event. And so your mind never really has an opportunity to shut down. Rebecca says, for me, I was religious about putting my babies to sleep by 8 p.m. so I could wind down and have personal time. It's true. I think we used to set them when they were younger. We would have a time, but we also, when I did that, my babies were before social media. So I didn't have all of these, then you turned on the tube or you read a book. There wasn't a whole lot that you could get involved with after hours. So I think you guys are uniquely challenged in this day and age. All right. So tell them again how they can find Who's Your Mommy, how they can best reach you for all of the things that you do.
So Who's Your Mommy? Real Estate Mommy Moguls. It's a Facebook group. Definitely go there, like it, ask to join. I'm looking for guests. I try to do the show roughly about 2 to 3 times a week. It varies just depending on availability. But definitely go there. We're expanding it. I'm going to be getting a YouTube channel, and thanks to Ted here, I'm going to explore StreamYard over Zoom, which is what I've been doing. I've been casting, doing a live feed from Zoom to Facebook. So I'm going to explore StreamYard. I really like it. But definitely go there, like it, comment. If you're a guest within the next week or so, we're going to be doing a luncheon at the Citrus Club, and would love to get everyone together and hang out and talk mommy stuff.
Awesome. All right, Lori with Who's Your Mommy? Real Estate Mommy Moguls and Fidelity, of course.
Yeah, and Fidelity.
So
and thank you to Fidelity for sponsoring Who's Your Mommy? Real Estate Mommy Moguls. They are fantastic support of what I'm trying to do here.
I love it. I love the concept. I can't wait for you to come back and give us an update. All right, you guys, reach out. I know you're interested. We all need that support group, that bounce ideas off group, that group that helps us see that not everything's perfect and you don't have to be either. That we're all not alone in this crazy thing that we're trying to do, especially the mommies. So thanks for being on, Lori. Appreciate you so much. You guys reach out to Lori. We love you. We'll be back soon. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.